You get here, bam. Go get it. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Boluwatife, but of course you can call me Tife. If you are new here, my name is Boluwatife, like I said, and welcome to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today's video is for people that are coming to Finland, like for next section. Some people are coming in September and some are coming as soon as this month. So I've been getting some messages about what to bring and actually what to expect and stuff like that. So I put out a post asking people to ask some questions because I was going to shoot this video. So I got some few questions, and also I'm just gonna tell you guys what I think is really important to do when you come to Finland and things to bring along while coming, because there are some things that are really unnecessary that your mom will literally say you have to pack this, you know what I mean? So yeah, before we get straight into the video, be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to post on your post notification so you are notified whenever I post a new video. Okay, so having said all that, let's actually just go straight into the video. So the first thing you have to know is information is important. Let me tell you guys something. Ask as much questions as you can ask from anybody that you can ask from. First of all, let's start from people that are traveling, maybe traveling alone or not. Ask as much questions as you can so that you do not miss your flight or your gate. I'm sure people coming from Nigeria or other African countries actually have like connecting planes, so be sure to ask to be at the right gate, to be like just to enter the right plane so you don't meet yourself at India, you know what I mean? So information is really important. Ask as much question as you can. For example, ask the person by your side, are you also going to this place? What do you think about this? Ask the security people in the airport. Just ask as much questions as you can. It doesn't hurt. If somebody doesn't answer you, ask the next person. It's not that difficult. Okay, so because I'm saying this, because if you don't ask questions and you miss your plane, you will not even be in Finland, first of all. So having said that, let's go to the actual things that you have to do. So the first thing, by the way, I'm going to talk about things to do when you get to Finland, and then I would say what to bring, or the most essential things to bring while coming, and then I would address your questions, which is kind of entangled with what I'm saying, but anyone that is actually not really entangled, I would pick them out and just tell you. The first thing you have to do is to enroll or register as present for the new session. In Finland, you have to enroll every year as present, just to be sure that you're going to be around and you are a present student in that academic section. So if for any reason you haven't enrolled as present or attending, be sure to do that, because that will affect a lot. Because if you don't register as attending or present at the particular time, which is usually like the first week of each semester, then you forfeit your right to study, then you're not a student. So be sure to do that at the right time. And some schools vary, so I can't really give you a date. Just be sure to follow up with the information and the emails, so that, let's say we've ticked that up off our box, enroll as attending, right? The next thing to do when you get here is to get a SIM card. A SIM card is super important, because then you can use it to reach your tutor, use it to get to the internet and all those good stuff. You get here, bam. Go get a SIM card. If you're here as a degree student, that is, you're going to be here for about 2 years plus, you can get a SIM card from like all this network providing company. For example, we have Elisa, we have Telia, we have DNA. Those are like the most popular ones that I know personally, so you can get them there, and you actually have to go there, which you can find in any shopping center. For example, if you are coming from Nigeria, it's good, I like to say, to come to Helsinki Center first. If you can come to Helsinki Center, so you get a SIM card. You go there. Be sure to go there with your passport, and you should know that your passport is your basic ID for now till you get some other form of identification. So for now, your passport is your best friend. It is with you all the time. And not just that, Also your admission and acceptance letter. So anybody could ask you, not like anybody, but like maybe if you go to the store to get a SIM card, they could be like, okay, can we see your acceptance letter, just to be sure you are a student, since at first you would have not really been acquainted in the system, like your ID and your address and all those kind of stuff. So you have to have those ones that you can show at any time, like, oh yeah, I'm a student of this school, and yeah, I'm legally in Finland. So those things are really important. When you're going for your SIM card, be sure to have your ID card, your passport, and an acceptance letter or a admission letter. Be sure to have everything on hand, so in case of anything, anytime, you can provide it. Okay, so the next thing after getting your SIM card, which you can use to call people or send emails and send messages and all those good stuff, and message your tutor, ask as much questions as you can. So after getting your SIM card, the next listen, this is a very important step, is to go register your municipality of residence. So when you go to, I'm going to link it down below, I can't really pronounce all this stuff, but in a place where it's called DVV for short. For sure, it's DVV. So you go there to register your municipality of residence, basically saying I live in this place, and you can get benefit or like services from that area. For example, if you live in Helsinki, there you can get your health care. There as a student, you can get your transport discount and all those kind of stuff. So it's super important to go there, and all you're basically doing is changing your address from temporary to resident. That is when your residencies actually start counting in Finland. So it is very important to do that. I'm not saying you have to do it like the next day, but just don't lose track of it. The earlier you do it, the better, because then you get acquainted or more integrated faster. And by the way, your map is also very important, because you can't expect somebody to take you somewhere all the time. So you can search all these things. Like I said, I'll link it down below. You get their address, you fill the form that you're supposed to fill, and then of course you will have to go there for identification. There you would be able to use your map to get there. So if you don't know how to use a map, start learning it right now, wherever you are in the country, or rather in the world. Start learning how to use the map, learn how to use your computer, all those stuff. I'm saying that it might be weird to some people from some other country, but when I came to Finland, I was really a novice in all these things. No shame, I couldn't really use a map, I couldn't really use computer, but it was, I wish somebody had told me before coming over, and then I would have learned it instead of learning the hard way. So that is super important to know as well. Say you've gone to register your municipality of residence, your next step will be getting your bus card. Depending on where you are living, okay, that is where you can get a discount. So as a say you're a student, as a student you get your discount on your HSL card. Actually, it's not always HSL card. HSL is for Helsinki, on your bus card rather, and the bus card looks something like this. See? So you will get this, and then you can have your student discount registered on this. Every time you want to buy a travel card, you don't need to keep updating your student discount. You only do that once a year. And for people from other cities, say Ivascula or La Peranta, I'm sure you also have a card, and you also like go to the transportation center and do all these things. But I can only speak for Helsinki, because this is where I've lived for the longest. And by the way, let's say you come in September or October, it might not be like this anymore, because I was there at HSL office today, and they said from next month it wouldn't be active on the card anymore, just on the application. But all you have to know is that register your municipality of residence, and then you can work it through from there. When you do that, things get a little easier. And by the way, I assume that most people coming over already have their finished personal identity card. It makes things easier. But if you haven't done that, no problem, you can also apply from this same DVV that I would link down below. You have to read these things and actually fill some form before going to the office. So say we've done all that, the next important step is opening a bank account. A bank account in Finland is actually more than just a bank account. It is an identification medium, where if you want to if you want to log into your health system, you use a bank account and a lot of things. So don't just think that, oh, I don't need to save my money in the bank. It's super important for identification, and it makes identification easier. So I will say make it a priority to open a bank account. And the most popular banks here in Finland, Nordea Bank, OP Bank, and Danske Bank that I know of. Of course, there will be other ones, but I know Nordea Bank operates in English. I'm not sure about other banks. So for people that do not speak Finnish, I would say be sure to ask them, do they provide services in English? Because some banks do not, and they stand on that, like, we do not provide services in English. Are you fine by that? I would advise you use a bank that provides services in English. It's easier, life is easier by that. The next step is getting your library card. As per you are a student and you'll be borrowing a lot of book and using the library facilities a lot, getting your ID card is also important. I wouldn't say it's like a very necessary step, but it's important. Right now I study at La Parenta University of Technology, but I do not have a library card because everything has been digital since I started studying. So that's why I say it's not so important. With my students login credentials, I can access the library. But if your school is doing like normal physical entrance and everything, it's nice to have an ID card. And if you live or study around the Helsinki area, Usima, that is Helsinki, Espoo and Vanta, it's important to get the city library card. Listen, that thing has saved me a lot. And in the library you can print, you can scan, you can do all sorts of things as far as you have your library card. So it's important. So I would say those are like the most important steps to be sure you do when you get to Finland. It's a lot, but I would advise you just write them down and tick them off little by little, because one way or the other they will catch up to you if you do not do it. So it's important to do it when it's not how would I say, when it's not really a problem. Okay, so important to just do this thing. Take it as like it's good I'm telling you, because some people didn't know this when they came, and then maybe after 1 year of living here, then they found that they have to go register their municipality of residence. So that's 1 year actually taken out of the amount of time they've spent in Finland. So it's tricky. So that's why I say it's important to just do all these steps. And like I said, ask as much questions as you can from whoever you can. If somebody doesn't answer you, go to the next person. By the way, that's not a surprise. Don't take it personally, okay? That's not a surprise. Don't take it personally. So having said the things to do when you come, I'm going to say the things to bring, or like the essential things to bring. First of all, I would say a driving license, and that's if you actually know how to drive. Don't go make some fake ID, because that's not really gonna work. But if you know how to drive, okay, update your driver's license and bring it here. It makes life really easier. Poll that I put out today, somebody asked about what are the important foodstuff to bring. When it comes to foodstuff, I would say depending on what you eat. Personally, I don't cook all those kind of stuff, but if you if I would advise, I would say noodles, because it's something it's something you can eat, you can cook real quick and get to eat. So noodles is important, and before, while you're getting to know other things. But I know that you shouldn't bother bringing rice, tin tomato, milk, Bonvita. You can get those in regular stores. You're not getting Bonvita, but you can see chocolates, drinks in other stores. So those are not like a priority to bring. What I would say is a priority is things that you think is outside Finnish culture. For example, crayfish, and be sure they are dry fish. Dry goods. Don't bring stuff like oil or palm oil. Nah, it's I think you might have problem with immigration while coming over. So if you're bringing anything, be sure that it's dry. For example, we have dry fish or crayfish or dried iru for Nigerians, and just those little things. You really don't you can see some things in the shop actually, and African shop is really accessible for people living in Helsinki. Okay, if you are living somewhere outside Helsinki, if you are coming to study, for example in La Peranta or Lati, I don't think you can have African shop there, so you can bring dry food that you can just make real quick. And when it comes to clothing, I would say just like 1 or 2 sweaters. And I would say don't really bring winter jacket, because then you can get a winter jacket, especially if you are coming now. You can get a winter jacket like few days after you get here, because then it's more functional. It's like what is functional they will sell, right? So rather than bringing the one that you're not sure is gonna be useful over here. So the most important thing to bring is money. You know this, I know this, everyone knows this, but I'm still gonna tell you, money is important. The money you use and go buying some winter jacket in Eko Idumota, bring it here. You buy it here for, I don't know if it's cheaper, I'm not gonna say that, but at least you know that it's functional and you can use it for years. So this was a really long video, longer than I anticipated, but it is necessary. All right, so I hope this helps you out, and I hope you get to learn something or pick something from this video. If you have any more questions, you can send it to my DM. I'm always ready to reply, even though I might not be as fast as you might anticipate, but I would reply anyways. And just be sure to follow those steps, because they are super important. And if you are coming to Finland really soon, send me a DM. I would love to know, and if possible, if you're studying Helsinki, I would love to meet you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and be sure to like. Can you see my hand? Yeah, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, same as like, and be sure to put on your post notification so you are notified whenever I post a new video. And see you guys in my next video.